Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Nate again with 7 Run Aquatics coming at you guys today with a brief product review. This is going to be my first product review, so if this is the kind of thing that you guys would like to see, please let me know in the comments section or just like this video and I'll kind of take that as an answer. So today I wanted to go over the Seachem Flourish line of liquid fertilizers. So here in front of us we have iron, Excel, Potassium, and Trace. And I'm just going to briefly go over what you're going to notice in your plants if you have a deficiency with one of these elements, and then just kind of my experience with these products. So let's go ahead and start with iron. So a lot of times with iron, if you have a deficiency in your aquarium, you're going to notice that a lot of your growth is going to appear yellow or white, while your older growth is going to be largely unaffected. Now with Seachem Iron, I find that it really helps a lot of my iron heavy plants like Amazon swords and stuff like that, really heavy root feeding plants. Obviously you're going to want to always feed your plants at their roots first, but a good mineral and a good mineral content in the water and nutrient content in the water is really going to help also, and definitely not just heavy iron feeding plants are going to benefit from this. I haven't noticed any drawbacks with it, and my plants really seem to enjoy it. So now let's move on to Excel. A lot of Excel, well, I'll first say that Excel is essentially a CO2 supplement for your plants. It's not CO2. A lot of times on the market you'll see CO2 products, they'll say, you know, liquid CO2 or something like that. And that's simply not the case. What Excel is it's an organic carbon that kind of takes the place of CO2, and it can be used in conjunction with CO2, but it's definitely not the same thing as CO2 injection. So a lot of times with CO2 deficiencies or organic carbon deficiencies, you're going to just notice that the leaves are going to just straight up die, or you're not going to see a lot of growth out of your plants. And my experience with it has been nothing but positive, except for the fact that I've noticed plants, particularly in the jungle valve family, seem to melt away completely with it. So definitely take into account what kind of plants you have in your aquarium, because this stuff can cause some plants to melt back for whatever reason. And if you know what that is, if you know the reason, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm actually pretty curious about it. But for the most part, it's really good. I noticed when I put it in after a water change, my plants begin pearling and stuff like that. Excel is also good for treating or spot treating algae. I don't know if it's good for spot treating all forms of algae, but for just your basic green or blue-green algae that grows on your glass or on driftwood, rocks, and stuff like that, you can use a syringe or a pipette of sorts and spot treat for algae, and it definitely works really well. So I would definitely recommend Seachem Excel to anybody looking for a CO2-esque supplement. I've heard it can be harmful to invertebrates. Not sure if that's true. So use it at your own risk if you have shrimp and snails and stuff like that. I have snails in all my tanks. I haven't noticed any problems with it. But I don't really ever keep shrimp, so I can't speak for them. So moving on, we have Seachem Potassium. And if you have a potassium deficiency, what you're going to notice is that your leaves are going to turn yellowish or white around the tip or edges of the plant. And I've had nothing but good experiences with potassium. Potassium is just a all-around good nutrient to have in your water. All plants use it, and I really honestly think it's one of the best potassium supplements out there. So I definitely highly recommend Seachem Potassium. Seachem Trace has a plethora of nutrients and different elements in it. I'm not going to name all of them, But there is just a huge amount of effects that you're gonna see if you have deficiencies and your trace elements, and Seachem Trace replaces or replenishes those elements in your water column. So again, I've always had really good luck using Trace. I haven't used it that much. I've mainly used iron, Excel, potassium, and then just their general fertilizer called Flourish. Uh, but it's definitely not going to hurt anything in your... Okay, and we're back. I don't know why my camera just cut off. Don't know really where I was, but I think we were finishing up talking about Trace. Anyway, yeah, Trace is a really good product. I definitely recommend it if you're a plant aquarium enthusiast. The whole Flourish line I find is really good. If you don't have the money to put into, a super dense or nutrient dense substrate or something like that, they sell them in smaller bottles, etc., etc. So it's an affordable way to get your plants nutrients without breaking the bank. So with that said, that's my opinion on Seachem Iron, Excel, Potassium, and Trace. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you'd be interested in some more in-depth product reviews in the near future. So with that said, I'm Nate with 7 Run Aquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next video.